Hey everyone, have you wondered how to foam cannon your car with a wash mitt and a couple buckets? Well, I'm going to show you in this video using do-it-yourself detail, incredible suds. We're going to foam cannon and wash this car. I'm going to show you how we do it so you can do it efficiently and safely. Come check this out. Okay, so I picked up a couple buckets. I filled them with 3 gallons of water. There's some grit guards in them. Reality is you don't necessarily have to use a 2-bucket method every time, but it is probably the safest in conjunction with what we're going to do today. So then I also have a pressure washer. I have a 40-degree tip. The 40-degree tip is a wider spread and it's safer for your paint protection film and all of that. I have what I said earlier was the do-it-yourself detail incredible suds. I have an MTM foam cannon with an ounce of suds in it, and I have an Autofiber Zero Cuff mitt. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to use all these conjunction together and clean this car. Okay, some of my clients, they don't have pressure washers. What you can do is you can go on Car Supplies Warehouse, and the link will be in the description. You can get a foam cannon that attaches to your garden hose. Is it going to be the same level of foam and suds as a pressure washer? No, it's not. But if you don't want to buy a pressure washer, it is an option. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about an ounce or so of suds in the wash and the rinse actually. And so that's just so it's, you know, got some lubrication when we go to rinse up this water. And you can see if I agitate it, it's getting sudsy. And then I'm going to take my Autofiber Zero Cuff mitt and I'm going to put it in there. All right, and then now we're going to do the foam cannon part. Okay, so one thing that people ask is what's the necessity of a foam cannon? Honestly, you don't really have to use a foam cannon. A lot of people do find it satisfying. It does apply a bunch of soap to the surface. So, you know, it does provide that lubrication, but you don't have to use a foam cannon. So if you hear somebody saying foam cannons are unnecessary, there's other ways around it. But we're going to use a foam cannon today because that's what many people want, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, if you've seen our other videos on how to detail your car, you know that we're going to start from top to bottom. And the reason we're going to go top to bottom is so that, see how this soap is coming down? We don't want to start down here and then go up here and then all this dirty water goes there where we've already cleaned. So we're going to go top to bottom. And then I flip it over, and every so often, every panel or a couple panels, we're gonna rinse it off. You see how all that dirty is just going down? It's not contaminating itself. So we have a rinse bucket. I'm just rubbing this on the grit guard, wringing it out, dipping it in the wash bucket, and continuing on. And I'm gonna show you how to clean the wheels in a different video. Okay, so something else, I always like to have 2 of everything. So I always have 2 mitts just in case I drop one on the ground or it gets excessively dirty, I can swap it. And then the other thing I want to mention is that the last thing I do, like I'm done washing the car, but the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this on the wheel wells and fender arches. And see like how much dirtier that is? I don't want to do that while I'm doing the fender. I always do it last. So I've washed the whole car and then I take these excessively dirty areas such as, you know, under rocker panels and side skirts, the lips of the fenders and quarter panels, the back underneath the exhaust tends to build up a lot of nastiness. I do all those dirty spots, like the super filthy spots, last. All right, so we're going to swap out our foam cannon with this 40-degree tip. Now, I'm going to give you a special tip here. When you put your tip in, you need to make sure that it's completely locked in because it will punch out and hit your car. So again, I'm going to try to wash top to bottom. Okay, essentially you have 3 options for drying the car after you've washed it. Of course, you have a traditional drying towel where you like to use the Autofiber Dreadnought or the Dreadnought Max. If your car is ceramic coated, more so than if it's not, which if it's leaving our shop, it's probably ceramic coated, you could use a blow dryer, or if you have spot-free water, and we do use spot-free water here at the shop, you could just walk away because the water's not going to dry and leave water spots. Now, all that being said, most people don't have spot-free water, but they do have at least a drying towel. So I always recommend the the Autofiber Dreadnought. And you can see this is a pretty good one swipe towel. And I'm putting very light pressure on it. I would rather leave some water behind than scrub the paint. The more you scrub the paint, the more likely you are to scratch it. Okay, so you can see how easy it is to clean your car with a foam cannon, a wash mitt, a drying towel, and everything that we showed you. So check that out. Check out our other videos on how to clean glass and clean your wheels, and we'll see you soon.